This is episode 3 of my continuing series featuring the DIY solar kit from Craftstrom Solar. It's a kit that ships right to your door that you simply set up in your yard, and it literally plugs into a standard household outlet. And today we're going to be installing the main component here that makes this possible for the masses out there. That's their smart power meter. Basically what this does is ensures that there is no backfeeding happening to the grid while utilizing the solar power to offset loads in your house. Okay, we've got the breaker panel taken off. I think I've got it all figured out for how to hook this up. Just a quick disclaimer here. I am not a licensed electrician, and you should involve a licensed electrician for this part. I am very familiar and comfortable with working around electricals, so I'm going to show how I'm hooking it up here, but I'm just a guy on YouTube doing this for your entertainment benefit. Working with high voltage electricity like this can cause you severe injury or even death, so do not attempt this yourself. So first things first, safety. I'm going to kill power at the main service disconnect. All right, you're going to have to put up with the light of a flashlight here for a minute because this is obviously down in a dark basement and I just killed power. The fact that the lights are not working is a good indication that power is dead, but we'll go ahead and verify that with this multimeter. So over here, I'm going to go from each of these main lugs. You'll see there on the screen of the multimeter is 0 volts. Then I'm going to leave one of my probes on one of the hot legs and go to ground. And you see there on the multimeter, hopefully, that we're 0. And then I'm going to check from the other leg to ground, and you can see we're 0. Okay, next we're going to connect this power meter here. Now, for some reason, I ended up with the wrong color of wire. So I'm gonna have to get some red tape or something to change this, because out of the top here of the power meter, you're supposed to have a black wire, which I have. And then this next wire is supposed to be red. For some reason it's green, and then the white neutral. Anyway, wire is wire, so I can use this green. I'll just have to wrap some red tape around it to denote that it is a hot wire. Now, if you know anything about electricity, you'll know that your breaker panel, it has 2 sides, okay? Each side is a 120 volt leg, 180 degrees out of phase. That's how you get 240 volts, and it's every other socket. So this is 120, and then this is 120 from the other side. And so if you were to probe across those 2 terminals, you would get 240 volts. So we need to be able to connect this power meter to both legs of the 120, or in other words, the 240 volt. So what we need to do is find 2 15 amp breakers that we can plug these wires onto. So to do that, I'm going to turn my multimeter over to tone, and when I touch my leads together, you'll hear it has a beep. So we should be able to tell which one of these breakers is on the same leg or not. I'm going to probe right here onto this terminal right here on this breaker. If I probe up here on the main terminal, you hear the beep there, and no beep on the other terminal, but we do have continuity on the other one. So then if I come down here to, say, this bottom 15 amp breaker and probe the other one, you'll see that there's nothing on that one that we had continuity on before, but we do have continuity on the other leg. So this top 15 amp here and this bottom 15 amp is where I'm going to connect my 2 wires. Okay, so here's the black wire. It's coming up here to the top breaker like I showed. I actually had 2 spare breakers here, so I used 1. Then I moved the wire that was down here up 1 so that the red cable, and I looked for some red electrical tape. I don't have any, so I'm going to go get some and mark this. But anyway, the red one is coming down here and connecting to the other leg just as we tested. We'll test again before we turn power on. That leaves us just with this neutral, and that's going to come up here to the neutral bus, which is just back here. And it looks like I've got an empty spot or 2 on that bus, so we'll take advantage of that. Simply take that wire, neutral wire, and secure it to the neutral bus here. Excellent. Okay, next we've got our 2 main feeder wires coming in, feeding the panel. We need to connect these CT clamps, okay? And this is what detects the flow of electricity and then communicates that to your meter so that you do not backfeed at all, okay? Now, I don't know if you can see, there is an arrow inside the clamp. That shows the direction or flow of electricity. So my understanding is the electricity is going to flow in, because that's the direction of flow from the grid and powering your loads. So we're going to align this arrow with that flow. So arrow's facing down, the flow of electricity. Gonna reach around, clamp that CT on like that. And you can see the arrows facing down like that. So both of the main feeder wires are coming in. Now I had to temporarily move these grounds out of the way because they're going right behind this one. So I'm gonna rehook those quick. Okay, something I failed to mention, the CT clamps do need to correspond to a certain side of the meter down here, okay? So in my case, I did it right. So there's a red and a black wire on the left side as you're looking at it on the front, which corresponds to the black wire. And there's another red and black wire on the right that correspond to the second 120 volt leg. So you need to have the left CT correspond to the left black leg and the right CT correspond to the red right leg. So we can test that simply by probing with a multimeter. And again, this is on tone. So if I go from the black leg right here and then probe this left black lug on the main line, you can hear we have a tone. So I did that right. And we can come down here to our make-believe wannabe red wire. Will be red soon. If we probe this far right lug, you can hear we've got continuity there. So that means I've got the CTs hooked up correctly. Even if you didn't do it correctly, you could unclamp them and switch them, or there's this little door that flips up, and as you can see, there are screws down in there, and you could swap them down here. Just make sure that you get the correct wires corresponding to the correct CT. All right, everything should be in order. Now let me go turn the electricity on, and hopefully we don't have any explosions. 3, 2, 1. Well, nothing blew up, so that's good. And we've got the energy monitor here. Now, one thing is I think I put the CTs on the wrong way because you're not supposed to see a negative value. And you can see both of these are a negative value. So I think the arrows actually need to be facing towards the source, so like towards the grid instead of with the flow. So I stand corrected on that. So to correct that, you can simply redo the clamps and unclamp them and turn them around. These clamps are a little bit challenging to put on, so I am going to simply reverse the wires down here on the unit. So very simple. We're going to open this door, and that's going to give us access to these screws. Before I do anything though, I'm going to kill the power on the breakers for the power meter here. Just like that. Okay, so I'm just going to simply take a small screwdriver, insert it in there, and you can see that black wire popped out. I'm going to do this one at a time here, so as to not mix them up. Switch red and black with each other. And before I do the second one, I'm going to go ahead and apply power again. And see, now that one is not a negative value. So I'm going to switch line 1, and then we'll be set. And looky there, we're golden. So we can actually see right now the pull from each leg, which is pretty darn cool. So we can see that 182 watts is coming in on leg 1 and 190 watts is coming in on leg 2. Okay, next we need to connect the communication antennas. Notice that there are 2 connection points for 2 antennas on the power meter. And you're going to get 2 different antennas. Can you notice the difference? Notice the one on the left has 2 little coils on the antenna, and the one here on the right has a single coil. So this antenna with the 2 little coils connects to this right side port. Now you need to get the antenna out from the metal enclosure with all the electromagnetic fields of the wire, as well as just the steel enclosure that blocks wireless signals exceptionally well. As you can see, this is in a finished part of the house. So it just so happens though that on the other side of this panel, there is an unfinished section. So I've actually been able to tap just a little hole right back there. And I'm actually going to feed this cable through and mount the antennas outside of the breaker panel on the back side. Okay, so I've got that wire, and it's the 2-coil antenna. You can see I have the single coil antenna here with me still. So the 2-coil antenna is going to come and plug into the right side of the power meter. Okay, now I have the other antenna. It's just the single coil antenna, and it's going to come and plug in to the last remaining port here. Okay, we're all done. CTs are in place. And we got the power meter just chilling here, ready to go. Be excited for the next video, because that's when you're going to see all of this come together, get set up in the app, and see power getting produced, which I'm really excited to show you. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hype. The 5 free things that really help get the video in front of more eyeballs, and as a result, really helps the channel. So please help a small channel out by doing those 5 free things. I would really appreciate it. Links to further information about Craftstrom is down in the description, so be sure and check that out, and stay tuned for more epic content that's coming up soon. All right, everyone stay safe, and we'll catch y'all next time.